Hello and welcome to Movies on the Side. This is Steven Robles.
And this is Nate Baranowski.
And welcome to the brand new version of Mott's. Version, what do we want to call this? 2.0? Is this version 2.0 of
It's
Mott's?
3.0.
Oh my goodness, version 3.0 video Mott's. You can see us. Well, not
You
really
can
live,
smell us. You can watch us. You can hear us. You
really
can
smell
touch us.
You can watch. They can't really do that either. But yes, you can watch us on YouTube. So if you're listening to this episode, what you should do is go to youtube.com/@moviesontheside. You can watch this episode. We're doing a video podcast now, Nate. Video. It's amazing.
I know that some people become startled. I've had this before where I've listened to a podcast for a long time. They switched it to video. I saw their faces and I said, that's not how I pictured, one, how I pictured you looking, and two, how I pictured you moving while you talked. So I recommend...
The movie is surprising me, too, by the way. Just seeing your movements as we record, pretty surprising. I'll just say that.
It's a lot of places because I have a lot of hand freedom.
When you explain
I also have
things,
this microphone arm.
You do things with your fingers when you explain things. That's we know that because we just recorded a bonus episode also via video. And so if you subscribe and support the show at patreon.com/moviesontheside, you can watch our bonus episodes. And Nate teaches me how to gamble. I think that's what it is.
It's true.
Yeah,
Foolproof way to make money gambling, I think is how it went. Steven,
3 easy steps. Yeah.
I need to tell you, but mostly our listeners.
Sure.
Try out seeing our videos. See our faces.
Listeners and viewers.
And viewers too.
Viewers now.
Listeners,
Viewers.
try to become viewers.
Right.
Watch it. If it's not for you, or if you're driving, stop it. Go back to your old ways of listening. But if you can see our faces, we also appreciate you watching us as well as listening to us.
It's amazing. And so this first video episode, which if you listen to our bonus episode, you realize we actually recorded a whole episode, and this is actually our second recording for the day. But we're not going to get into that right now. We are going to talk about...
It makes Steven too sad.
Yeah, I get too worked up. I get too sad, too worked up. We're going to talk about the 2022 movie Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. This is I guess it's not really a sequel, but it's in the universe of Knives Out.
Pastiche.
Oh,
Ryan Johnson, the director of Knives Out, said he did not want to have the final after the colon part. But I think if you're trying to, if you're a marketer, you're trying to build to this, you need to connect it back somehow.
Right.
But that's the name of the movie.
There is one thread, namely Benoit Blanc, the detective played by Daniel Craig, is the same detective. So he is the common thread across these movies.
Right.
Now, we reviewed Knives Out on this podcast. I'll put a link to that episode in the show notes and in the video description because we're a video now.
Do you remember what we gave Knives Out with our review, with our rating?
My son Jordan is actually going back and writing down all of our ratings for us, which I'm very grateful for. It must be torture. But I'll have to refer and ask him what he thinks. But I think we gave it pretty high. Like, it was pretty high
marks,
rating.
yeah. We liked it.
We liked it very much. Now, this movie, typically what we do, if this is your first time listening or watching, I typically ask Nate to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score for a movie. And so we're going to do that now. And I will give you a hint, Nate. Both critics and audience give this movie the exact same Rotten Tomatoes percentage. It's exactly the same. It's pretty high. And so Nate is now going to guess. He actually nailed it in the episode that will not be released because we forgot to do the video. But anyway, go ahead. What do you think?
I just had the thought that the recording that we did that will be destroyed forever because there's no video. Correct. I guessed it right, and now I can't in good conscience guess that again, which is very sad. But
don't guess the exact number.
I'm going to get this one exactly. Here we go. 84%. Knives Out.
I'm sorry, Nate. No. It was 93. 93%.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to do so one of the other cool things we can do now that we're doing a video podcast, I can be fancy and actually show the internet the web browser window. Of course, now it's not actually sharing, so never mind. I'm not going to do that. I don't know what's happening. So, what I wanted to do was look for the original Knives Out. So this was 93% critics and audience score. The original Knives Out had 97 critic score, 92 audience.
Okay.
So critics scored the first one. Now, I'm going to just say this right off the bat, right at the top, I liked the first one better. I think the first Knives Out was a better movie. I think there was a little more mystery. We're not going to do spoilers until the spoiler horn, so don't worry if you haven't seen it yet. But I do feel like the first one was better. Well, what do you say? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree. I think the first Knives Out was better.
Yes.
More deluxe, more satisfying of a mystery.
Yes, for sure. I feel like I knew who done it because it's a who done it. This is a murder mystery. I feel like I knew who done it, like from the beginning in this new movie, Glass Onion. I feel like it's pretty obvious, and they try to like throw you off the scent a couple times, but it's like when it happens, you're like, yeah, duh. I kind of thought that. The first one though, mind blown, and I also thought. What's her name? Ana de Armas. I think she kills it in the first one. I think she does a great job.
Right. I think that this one has maybe is more beautiful, more
nice
creatively shot kind of throughout. And I think the use of kind of flashbacks is very fun. So I would say maybe I find this one maybe more rewatchable. Like I actually kind of find this to have a little bit more, if you want kind of a more popcorny mystery flick, I feel like this one has a little bit more, I don't know, funniness to it for some reason.
Yeah, funniness, yeah. Did you know also there's actually one other character besides Benoit Blanc that is in both movies and is another thread? Do you know who it is?
Is it Ethan Hawke? Has he been in both? No, Hugh Grant.
No.
Hugh Grant?
No. Yeah, there were a bunch of cameos in this one, which I did love. Like, that was amazing. Like, I don't know how they got all those cameos, but Noah Segan, who played one of the cops in Knives Out, one of the police that are with Benoit Blanc, is like the hippie guy in Glass Onion. The guy that's like wandering the island.
No way.
That's one of the
who's just around.
He's just around. Like, he's totally like, yeah.
Great.
So
great.
Now, I will say, so this was directed by Rian Johnson, like the first Knives Out, like arguably one of the best Star Wars movies, but we're not going to get into that. Rian Johnson, who we both listen to a podcast called Smartless, and so I heard Rian Johnson like talk about movies. You listened to that episode too, right?
I did.
I have to say, I really like Rian Johnson as a director now, and I feel like he's a good dude, and I want to see him direct more things. I just wanted to mention that, in case he's listening.
I really appreciated his discussions on his creativity and how he likes to make movies and just the passion and joy behind it. I feel like his love of movies comes through especially in these Knives Out movies. Like, to me, they feel like they are made by someone who likes movies, which is not always the case.
Right.
When you watch a movie, that the person who made it probably enjoyed making it.
Yes. Now, we're going to have to sound a spoiler horn pretty quickly so we don't give away too much of the movie. But we could talk about a few of the characters and actors in this. Edward Norton plays like the billionaire, like tech bro, and insufferable. And I think he does great in that role. Now, he was also on a Smartless episode recently, and you were like, I think I'd like hanging out with this guy or whatever. But he did sound very subdued on a podcast. But I liked him in this movie. Do you like him?
Yeah, I thought he was great. I do want to know, as far as characters, who are your favorite from this movie? Like, just people that you loved seeing on screen. Because I think, for me, Daniel Craig is like, I want him to do as many of these as he could possibly want. Like,
be like a 007 franchise into the future.
Just do 10 of these. I'm fine. Like, I would follow this character through all sorts of mysteries.
100%. And make them all different cast around him.
Sure. For sure.
Like, I feel like he shines with anyone he's around. Like, he shines with Edward Norton and the other cast of this movie. He's shown with Ana de Armas in the first one. Like, I think he would be amazing in any of the future. So I totally agree. Number one, I always want to see Daniel Craig on screen. And his accent, like, I don't even know if I should try and do it, but it's pretty great. Are you going to try and do it? Can you do it? I don't know.
You're going to start, and I'm going to go second.
Oh,
mine's bad. Start? Mine's bad. Mine's not good. All right, go for it.
I'll peel back the 8 layers of the glass. Oh, it's terrible. It's a terrible.
Mine's not going to be any better.
Are you going to try? I can't even think of
this whole time. It was a glass onion. It was completely transparent. And no,
that's pretty good. That was better than mine. That was better than mine, though. I'll give you that one. I will say a lot of the other characters in this cast, like, slightly forgettable and annoying, but like they're supposed to be. Like, I feel like they're supposed to be annoying.
I think Kate Hudson stands out as beautifully cringy. Like, it's just like her character is like
very cringy.
Like, she like is in it. I thought it was very, like, I felt like her character was like, no, I understand you.
One of my favorites, though, was Dave Bautista throughout this movie. Like, he was just so... He played the role, you know? Like, when he gets out of the pool in a Speedo...
With a gun.
And he has, with a gun, and he just, like, lifts it in and just shoots it for no reason. That's hilarious. And, like, he's trying to be a streamer, and he's on Twitch, but he's also, like, clearly 40-something, 50-something years old. Like,
yes.
I loved his character.
Yes.
I thought he was pretty good. He was pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, and then also Janelle Monáe, who plays Andy, and we'll get to the rest after the spoiler horn. I do think she was also one of the top. Like, when she's on screen, like, you're watching what she's doing, she draws you in. I thought she did a great job.
Yeah, I thought quite good. And I think I always love Catherine Hahn in things as well. Like, I think I just like her performance in most things. So I thought she was
Agatha.
Is very.
Was Agatha in the WandaVision? Yeah, she's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. And there's also, like, a million cameos. Like, Stephen Sondheim, who, like, wrote the musical Into the Woods, is, like, makes a cameo in this movie.
Just hanging out.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yep. Ethan Hawke is in it for, like, a few seconds.
Yes. Excellent. Love the feeling of all that. Now, I feel like we probably need to rate it and do a spoiler horn, right? I mean, before we talk about any part of the plot. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think we kind of do, right?
Yeah, I think we should. Okay. So let us rate it on a scale of what was the name of that the fusion energy material? I don't even know. What the little rock was. It was vibranium. We'll just say on a scale of 0 to 5 vibranium pieces.
Clear. It was clear with a K.
Clear with a K. Clear with a K. Okay. On a scale of 0 to 5 clears with a K. I don't know. You rated the movie that will never air, the episode that will never air first. So should I go or should you go first?
Yeah, you should. You should go.
I'll go first. I'm going to give this Knives Out a solid 3.5 out of 5. I feel like the first Knives Out was, like, so high. I feel like I probably gave it a 4.5 or a 5. Like, the first Knives Out was so good.
Mm-hmm.
This one it was enjoyable to watch. You know, a couple moments it was, like, a little slow and kind of losing me, but overall it was enjoyable to watch. It's on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, you can just stream it. And I think it's a solid 3.5. 3.5 clears. What would you say?
I'm going to give Glass Onion 4 clears. 4 out of 5.
4 clears.
I have to say, part of me doing that is fully admitting murder mysteries are my jam. Like, they are for me.
Yeah.
It is very much Sherlock Holmes. Like, I have seen Enola Holmes 1 and 2.
Oh, see, I should watch those.
Did
you watch Death on the Nile? Did you watch that movie?
Yes.
We should talk about that one. That's a good one. That's another good one.
That kind of stuff. And I think Ryan Johnson had said, I don't often see these kind of murder mysteries brought into present day. And that's where this truly feels original. It has all of the Agatha Christie level stuff.
Yes,
but it has all of the foolishness and silly stuff of here. And also not British. It's, Americans. So quite fun. I love this kind of movie. please keep producing Knives Out. I mean, if Rian Johnson has to pass it to, his child, Joanna Johnson
Jr., sure.
Rian Johnson, like, I'm fine. Like, if you have to pass it along, just make sure you keep a steady hand, like, near the wheel, just in case it gets bad. But like, give me Daniel Craig. Do 7 of them. Like, just do 7 of them.
I agree.
They can be on Netflix. It's fine.
I agree. It's good stuff. All right. Here is the spoiler horn, and now we'll actually spoil the plot and talk about the ending.
So if you haven't seen it, stop now. Come back later.
That's the fog one.
Womp again.
Like that. Womp. Okay. So Edward Norton invites all these people to his private island for a fake murder mystery, like to play along.
Right.
But, he sends these puzzle boxes, which I have to say, puzzle boxes were very cool. I like the puzzle box invitation.
Yes.
If I was ever like a criminal mastermind, that's how I would want to invite people to my private island. But they all come to the island, and it turns out Edward Norton, like, basically wanted to get into this weird clear stuff, and his partner did not think it was good for the company. His partner, who he started the company with,
Janelle Monáe,
right? Anita, what's her character name? Anita?
Andy.
Not Anita. I don't know why. Yeah, Andy. I don't know what said Anita. Andy. And so they all get to the island. Andy also shows up unexpectedly. This and that happens. I don't know. I don't want to explain too much in detail, but come to find out that Andy had been murdered before everyone got to the island, and her twin sister came and planned this whole thing with Daniel Craig to try and figure out who the actual murder was. I loved that twist. I love how they told that story through a flashback halfway through.
Yes.
I thought it was great. Yeah, I love that plot device.
That whole, like, twin sister thing of the victim is so campy but fun. Really it feels like really Hardy Boys-esque level, like, you were the, mistaken identities. Like, I love all of that. Let's go to Accent Corner real quick. Because we often discuss it.
Yes.
I don't know Janelle Monáe's usual voice, because I just know her singing voice. And her dancing skills is mostly what I know her from.
Right.
When I first heard her talking as the sister who has the Southern accent, I first thought it was, wait, is this a bad fake accent? But it's not. It's her sister's accent. But I spent a lot of the time not quite sure if I liked it or not. But she was acting so well that I eventually said, it's possible, I don't know. This is possible, I don't know how this should sound. But I just have to say, that sort of like, bloop, my like accent corner radar. Wait,
the accent radar. The accent radar. Yeah, when she's having the conversation with Benoit Blanc, like on that balcony.
Right, the balcony one.
The balcony conversation, I was like, is this a little too much? But yeah, I totally get that.
But they need to differentiate the two sisters, and one's like the Southern school teacher, and one's the smart techie person.
I do love, once they all get to the island, we can see like Edward Norton as the eccentric billionaire, spending ridiculous money on ridiculous things, and kind of like a commentary also on like modern day billionaires.
There is so much commentary going on here about influencer culture and like sort of like Elon Musk tech
100%
bro culture
Edward
and everything.
Norton is playing Elon Musk in this movie, like 100%, down to like the script and seemingly Rian Johnson implying that this billionaire is actually an idiot and not a genius. Like, we've come to the point in the plot where Benoit Blanc is like, actually, like, you were using words that aren't words. You built your dock too shallow so boats can't dock here. Like, you're actually an idiot. Like, you don't know what you're doing. And, like, that was just, I think, yes, like we just said, a general commentary on also other real-life tech billionaires.
I actually think it's kind of cool, not just from like an Elon Musk standpoint, but this idea of that we assume people who have reached this level of success and have like people around them and have built things, we just assume, even if they're sort of strange, we assume a level of genius behind them.
Right. We assume certain things must be genius. He just built a glass onion, like the structure.
He owns an island. Of course, he must be like.
He owns an island. He uses words that
new energy
that
source.
Aren't words. Yeah.
Right.
So I thought that was very funny. Also, like the Mona Lisa, like they go to the actual like dinner parts,
man.
and there's the literal Mona Lisa because Edward Norton's character like has this thing there, and there's like this glass, like bulletproof glass protective layer that comes up whenever there's like any sound in the room, and throughout the like almost the entire movie, you just hear shunk.
That's
shunk.
such an effectively grating and hilarious thing when Dave Bautista has his like phone going off, and whenever it goes off, you hear shunk, shunk, and it's like, as the audience member, you're just like, turn
you like tense
off your
up,
phone, like stop,
and it makes you like uneasy like throughout the entire thing, and then you also feel like at any second I'm going to hear this thing again, and I don't want to hear it. Like very effective, like little detail. So I like that. That was good. That was good.
Yeah. So I think that the whole commentary and this whole like people are beholden to him because he's rich and has a lot of influence on their lives, and that whole like setup. I think that commentary is very cool. I think that's very fun. I also think that this movie does a fun thing, which I don't know why. I guess it makes sense because movies are an escape from reality for a lot of stories. But it felt weird near the beginning to see people wearing masks as part of the story before they go to the island. And my wife Jill commented to me like, I don't often see like full movies where people are wearing masks.
Like COVID masks. Like this is
COVID masks.
COVID
yeah,
mask.
like you know, like, and then Ethan Hawke is like, open your mouth, like shooting something in their mouth, like you're safe now. Which I love when you find out later that Edward Norton's like not a smart dude. I love the idea that this is some like untested, like no, you won't get COVID now because I gave you a shot of peppermint or whatever.
Right, it's probably nothing. Yeah, did nothing.
But I thought that was interesting to like see mask wearing people at the beginning, and then Kate Hudson's character is wearing like a fishnet mask. Like she has a mask on, but it's completely open and everything, and it's like, yes, I know this. This makes sense.
Yes. So once we get to like the middle of the movie and we learn that Andy Brand's sister has taken her place on the island, and we like relive all these scenes, but now with the knowledge that it's not actually Andy, like usually or sometimes that can feel like a slog, sometimes like rewatching the same scenes from a slightly different perspective. But I feel like this movie actually like carries you through it, and it's a lot more fun to like watch her interact with the other guests, like at the pool, trying to be cool on the boat, even though she's terrified of the water. Like, I love like all those like little intricate details, all the way up until the moment where you think she's been shot and like dies, but we have this little like scene where the book that I guess was her sister that wrote the book,
right?
I
think so.
And like protected her from the bullet or whatever, and they keep like playing it off. I loved all those little plot devices. Like it was fun. Like it was always fun every step of the way.
Right.
Thumbs up. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I get a lot of fun parts of this movie. Like I had a fun time watching it.
Yeah.
Now the whole like murder, I think probably like maybe the weakest part for me is thinking like, okay, so if it was Edward Norton the whole time and he killed Andy at the house, gave her like the sleeping pills, put her in the car and all that stuff, and then invited people there. And the confusion I had was like, wait a minute. So you know that that's not Andy, or you think she maybe survived? There were some plot devices there that got me a little bit like, wait a minute. So you didn't know it was her, or you did know that she's the sister?
Well, he's not
too
smart.
dumb to know it.
He's not smart, so it might be either way.
But then he chooses to immediately kill Dave Bautista whenever Dave like sees it.
That is true.
And,
so
like,
he knew
instantaneously tries to blackmail him.
Did you see him with the drinks Like when Edward Norton
when it happened,
down,
like the first time.
like the first time. Did you see it?
No, did you?
Oh, yeah. I watched it with Whitney, and as soon as he sat down and did the drinks, I was like, "Did you see that? He gave him his drink." And I knew exactly that.
Okay,
so I saw.
You said at the beginning of this podcast, like, "Oh yeah, I knew who was the murderer the whole time."
Yeah.
I did not. No,
okay.
You saw that, and you like peeked into it early. No, like, I didn't know. Because so I thought Edward Norton was like appropriately scared. Like when he was hiding behind Benoit Blanc, like, don't let any of these people kill me. Like $1 billion to find out who's trying to kill me. Like, right. I believed him as kind of a snivelly, scared guy.
Well, and he might have thought that like Andy's sister was there to kill him, and so he might have been genuinely scared. But so you didn't know who killed Dave Bautista either until the end.
No.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was a better reveal for me than you. That's probably why I'm a half point higher than you.
That
you figured it out early, Sherlock Robles.
I didn't know that it was Edward Norton that shot Andy's sister, though. I wasn't sure who that would have been. So I do want to mention, though, so the part of the plot is that Edward Norton's character is basically like blackmailed everyone, and like they have to do various things that degrade their character or might hurt their business because he is like their cash cow.
Right.
And like they're all attached to him because he has the money. And so they are all like making compromises morally or business-wise because they all need to be near him. Right. And once we get towards the end, when he is going down in flames, quite literally, love that scene, by the way. Of
the scene with the Mona Lisa song also going on, and the scene where Janelle Monáe starts smashing glass as well.
So good.
She has. This is the part where like she has a physicality to her. I mean, I've seen her dance in like music videos. She has such like body control that like the way that she moves is like dance-esque. So she's going around like smashing glass sculptures and throwing them down.
Just picking them up.
I loved it. I loved it.
It was so fun. And when the Mona Lisa, like the shield goes up, because now it's like, everything's on fire. They like blew everything up. Everything's on fire. And there's a like one garden gnome like model where if you press it down, it will open the Mona Lisa no matter what. It's like a fail-safe. And there's this, I love the slow-mo of her and Edward Norton both going for it. And she gets it, and you just see the Mona Lisa like go up in flames, and you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But how quickly all these people, once they realize that Edward Norton, is going down for all of this, so quick to turn on him. And I think it is such a poignant moment to reveal like human nature. And just like all these people needed was one excuse to throw this guy under the bus.
Right.
And they will all universally do it. No looking back, like totally, like just hit him with the bus and then back up and hit him again. Like nobody cares. And I thought it was apropos. I thought it was again, commentary on real life.
Right. So, I thought that was a really... kind of a sad part of the whole thing is like how much that there are friendships, in quotes, today built a lot off of what can you do for me, because a lot of people like meet, business wise, or everyone's got their own side hustle.
Your LinkedIn
it's connections. It's the LinkedIn connections. Is like, well, we're not actually friends, but like I do something for you, you do something for me, that sort of thing. And
I show that I'm connected to you. Yeah.
Right. And that feels so much more common today than ever before. And I'm not trying to get too deep with it, but it did feel like that's really relatable.
I think Rian Johnson like gets it. I think he gets
it.
And also, and not talking about Star Wars again, but I do feel like, the Last Jedi was one of the few Star Wars movies to blur the line between good and evil and actually show that actually people on both sides seemingly have conflicting thoughts and might be more good than you thought or might be more bad. And like, I feel like Rian Johnson has a good finger on like revealing human nature in a way that's like caricatured enough that you're like entertained, but also close enough to real life to make you like, Right. That is kind of how
Right.
people are, and like maybe I should think about that. And I think he does a really good job.
It's a great thing that parody does for us. It gives us the feeling of I can point and laugh at Kate Hudson's character or Dave Bautista's like Twitch self, but because they're
also,
like
I'm saying
dialed
like
up,
and subscribe in my videos.
right, and they're like dialed up to an 11. But if you like dialed it back, like that's how like we are at all able to like learn and think about like ourselves. Is we have to go, oh, that's not us. But I guess I do have like 10% of that, or 80%
also, by the way,
of that in
youtube.com/@moviesonstheside. Like and subscribe.
Beard.fm. Head and
No,
check out all
don't
of
say
Steve's.
that. No, movies on the side. Mott's.fm. Anyway,
That's
I do feel like, so there's a moment, there's like this napkin that is proof. That is the reason why Edward Norton killed the Andy character, because she had this napkin that proved she had the original idea for this company, why she should be the owner and have all the rights or whatever. And the sister finds it in the glass onion. It is the one piece of evidence that could really put Edward Norton away. And there's this scene where I'm like, he takes a lighter, I guess, and like burns the napkin right in front of her. And I'm like, first of all, I mean, can we have a little more reaction speed? Like, can we not see the lighter coming? I mean, just pull it away. Just pull it a little farther. Don't get so close. Don't get so close. He's the bad guy. He literally killed your sister. Like, don't get that close. Don't get that close. Don't get that close.
You know he's a murderer.
The video is going to make us overact. I feel like Jim Carrey right now. Anyway, that I do feel I was at the end of the movie, because it ends pretty quickly after all that, like the whole firebomb scene, the whole island blows up. I did miss a little bit of like, I wanted Edward Norton to get like totally nailed for like lying.
You're really rooting for it, right?
I was really rooting for that napkin to see the light of day, and like I'm like, all these people saying they saw the napkin, it's not going to be the same. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of lawyer movies. I've watched
Yana, liar.
I've watched Few Good Men. I know how the courtroom works. Okay, I'm basically a judge, and I'm like, that's not going to hold up in court. So I did want to see him get his a little more, because he was that much of a jerk. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, he was somebody.
He was
something.
He was a bad dude. But it was fun.
It was a nice pool, though. It was a nice house and a nice pool.
Infinity pool. I wouldn't make a glass onion personally. I would not build that. I feel like it's a little extravagant. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
No.
That's a saying. That's a saying.
Yeah, no, I do. I
don't think you do. I don't think you know it's a saying.
Because
you were questioning my geography knowledge in our bonus episode, and now you're saying I don't know a saying. I know the saying.
I know you know. I know you know.
It's a saying.
I know you know.
Okay.
All right, just drop it then. Just drop it.
Anyway, yeah. So Glass Onion: The Knives Out Mystery. It was good. I think it's fun. It's fun murder mystery. And if you haven't seen the original, I think you should watch the original, because I think the original is a little better. But anyway.
I do have to say, 2022 was a year that I felt like I didn't see a ton of great movies this year. I felt like it was a little low on great movies. But Glass Onion felt like good, original, solid, fun movie experience. And I think because of that, I think Glass Onion gets kind of a bump in my mind of like I ended the year off right in 2022 with a fun, good movie.
I do feel like more people were talking about Glass Onion than we're talking about Avatar: The Way of Water, which, given the budgets of those two movies, like, pretty wild, pretty amazing difference. Also, Daniel Craig wading into a pool in like a button-down shirt, that's a power move. That's like a boss
So good.
move. That's
so
really
good.
That was like 007 vibes coming out.
Please give us more Knives Out movies.
Oh, my God.
Please.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it. Ryan Johnson,
Please.
You're invited onto the show. We'll try to reach out. We'll, our people call your people, and let's do it. Let's see what
any actors or actresses, any actors that you want to see in the future Knives Out movies.
Denzel Washington, 100%. Let me see. Okay, let me think. Jason Momoa, because I think it would be funny, like doing.
I mean, Jason Momoa. Yeah, he's already signed on. I just feel like he's already there.
He's already signed on. Henry Cavill, obviously, because he's gotten smugged for the Man of Steel. Which
so basically, you're just thinking about whoever's not working for DC currently.
Who's
unemployed?
In a DC or Marvel movie? Who has not been in them? That's what I'm trying to think. I said Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
First.
Yeah, you did.
He's not been in it. Who would you like to see? Are there actors you want to see? I'm gonna look now.
Helen Mirren. She wasn't in the last one.
Okay.
I'd like to see Helen Mirren in there.
Oh, Judi Dench. Judi Dench should be in one of these. Ooh. That would be good. That would be a good one.
Just pop in real quick.
And also along the 007 lines, the Skyfall bad guy. What's his name?
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem. He would be amazing in a Knives Out. Also, did you see Lyle Lyle Crocodile? Just throwing this out there.
No.
It's really good.
Should I?
It's really good. It's really good, and Javier Bardem is in it, and he sings and dances, and it's pretty great. So just throwing that out there.
All right, Lyle Crocodile. Why don't you just give us a review? Why don't you just give us a rating right now? Out of 5 crocodile shoes.
I don't know if the crocodile. He wears a scarf. I'm gonna say crocodile scarves. I'll give Lyle Crocodile 4 out of 5 stars. It has music by Ben Pasek and Justin Paul.
And Justin Paul?
Yes, they do the music. Benj Pasek. Is it Justin Paul? I'm saying that like I know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Lyle Crocodile. Yeah, they did
4 out of 5. Wow.
So I'm saying it's good music. I've listened to the soundtrack. My kids keep listening to it. It's pretty good. Just saying.
Very good. All right.
Is it really Justin Paul? I feel like it's a different name. Anyway, I'll look it up. Is Justin Paul? Do we know that for sure?
I think it's Justin Paul.
Benj Pasek and
Justin
Paul. I'm Googling now. This is a live Google.
Okay, great.
Pasek and Paul.
I'll look up the quote to say at the end of this
Benj Pasek and Justin
if
Paul.
We're just kind of taking some time off.
Yeah, all right, take your quote. I will tell everybody, if you enjoyed watching this, we plan to do this going forward, doing a video podcast, so you can watch these episodes at youtube.com/movies on the side. Subscribe, like and subscribe as you do. We're going to keep doing video. You can actually watch our bonus episodes now. You can do that at patreon.com/movies on the side. Support the show. You get our bonus episodes, which we're doing like 20, 30-minute bonus episodes now because that's just how we do. And so you can watch our bonus episodes, and of course you can listen to us everywhere, wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on Instagram too, @movies on the side. We announce what movies we're doing there, and you can comment there, interact. And we still haven't figured out how we want to do some kind of like Slack or Discord. I don't really want to do a Discord, but if you want to have some kind of interactive model, maybe YouTube comments. Maybe it's YouTube comments. Because now we're actually going to be putting this stuff on YouTube, you know what I mean?
So you're saying, Stephen, that you and I will have to look at YouTube comments?
I will look
in
at
our
YouTube
lives.
Comments. You don't have to look at the YouTube comments. I'll look
what
at the
if
YouTube
they're
comments.
mean YouTube comments?
You can hide comments. I mean, this is
okay.
content
You
moderation.
filter them out. You send me the good ones.
I'll just send you the good ones.
And you absorb the bad ones into your body.
I will absorb the bad ones, like the Green Mile guy. I will take the bad ones. I'll only give you the good ones. Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you. Great.
Okay. And, as we always say,
Andy used to... Nope. Wrong guy.
Oh, I like the accent, though. Let's do the accent.
No, I was trying to do my
100%.
Benoit. I was trying to do it.
Benoit Blanc.
I like the glass onion as a metaphor, an object that seems densely layered, but in reality, the center is in plain sight. Your relationship with these people may seem complex, but looking at what you've done this weekend, it's crystal clear. You've taken 7 people, each of whom has a real-life reason to wish you harm, gathered them together on a remote island, and placed the idea of your murder in their heads. It's like putting a loaded gun on the table and turning off the lights. It was getting better as I was going. I was feeling momentum, and then it fell off at the end a little bit.
No. You landed it. It was just fine. I think that was.
It was improving along the way.
It was getting better. It was getting better. A glass onion. Sorry, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I think you just needed more runway. I just think you're not giving yourself enough runway.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull this out because you're getting this from IMDb, right? This is the IMDb.
I was trying to do the one that's like his quote from the movie where he said,
"You just did one from them. I thought you just did one."
No, but there was a quote from the movie where he says to Kate Hudson's like, I find it a danger that people that confuse talking without thinking as
I got
truthful."
wait, hold on. I got it. Here we go. His dock doesn't float. His wonder fuel is a disaster. His grasp of disruption theory is remedial at best. He didn't design the puzzle boxes. He didn't write the mystery. And voila! It all adds up. The key to this entire case, and it was staring me right in the face. Like everyone in the world, I assumed Miles Braun was a complicated genius. But why? Look into the clear center of this glass onion. Miles Braun is an idiot. What do you think? Was that good?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I spoke in the car about the hole in the center of the donut. And yes, what you and Holly did that faithful.
Wait, that's from Knives Out, though, right? The donut?
Yeah.
That's a good one, though, the hole in the donut. Oh, that's good. He put pineapple juice in his drink. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, it's brilliant. No, it's just dumb.
No, it's just dumb.
That middle line was Bertie J. That wasn't Benoit Blanc. But anyway, I'm so glad. I feel like I did a good accent. That might have been the first time ever.
Well, you need to let people tell you it was good. In the YouTube comments.
Okay, I'll cut it out. I won't cut it out, but I'll cut it out.